So what's up, guys? Today is the good morning again. Today is the 3rd of February 2026. And again, it's a new month full of great opportunities coming up. And it's up to us now to capitalize on these opportunities that are there. And so far, so good. What we have been seeing in the market, it's crazy. We've seen Bitcoin dropping, gold heavily dropping last week, the end of last month. And it says much of what is likely to be happening this month. So it's up to us to just position ourselves and again take advantage of these opportunities that are there in the market. And so I want to be quick, fast, because I don't want to waste too much time again on these charts and give my speculation on what is likely or the pair that I'm likely to be trading today or again in the course of the week. So without further much ado, let's get started by having a look at the technical and the economic calendar and see which are those days that we are anticipating to see high volatility in the market. Then again, I'll take you through the technical analysis in this market today. So at this point, is it recording? Is it really recording? I hope so. So at this point now, okay, at this point, at this current point, let's have a look at now the economic calendar. And before today being a Tuesday, we did have very high impact news on the Australian dollar, and again very high impact news on the euro, and still we have very high impact news that will be coming up during the New York session. Tomorrow we still have very high impact news during the New York session, and again the euro that will be focusing on the euro, that is on the inflation rate, and again, medium impact news. Again, I haven't done the weekly technical analysis, so I want to be quick first on how I'm analyzing all these based on a whole breakdown, and it will be much easier for us. So again, on that day, you can see we have very anticipating to see high volatility on the pound, and again, still we have very high impact news that are coming up on the euro. Sorry, yeah, on the euro, and again on the dollar. Just that is on Thursday. And remember, the first week of the month of the new month, we do have the NFP, and so for this month we do have the NFP, which is coming up. Again, you have the NFP, which is coming up this coming Friday. So with that, having that in mind, let's get down to the technical analysis and see what is likely now to be happening on the dollar. And then again, once you have an understanding of the dollar, we'll be able to speculate better on these other charts. So with these, I don't know why these. Give me a minute. Yeah, let's play the other side. So on these, we do have this is a new month, and again we have now new levels. The previous area last month we tried breaking and creating new lower lows. Again, the market didn't break below, came all the way to this current area, and again supported itself at this current point. But all this is a range that is happening here, and all that I'm still looking forward to see is if this dollar will still have an opportunity of seeing whether the dollar index will continue being bearish. Remember, we are watching to see if these levels will be touched. These are weekly lower low, create new weekly lower lows. And again, this is a new month. So having that, watching it on the lower, on the structure, still on the weekly time frame, you can see these are huge surge that happen here. So I would really like to see how the market will react based on these current areas or these current levels. What's happening to my mouse? I guess it's done very low. So I would like to see how the market will react at these current levels, because again, this is a previous weekly resistance, this is a monthly support, and again, this current area, the market came and wiped out that liquidity. So at this current level, we'll be having to see the market, will it likely come to this current area, just try to pick up some liquidity, or again, will it start selling from this current level? And when I look at it on the lower trend frame, that's the substructures, on the daily time frame. Yesterday, we were watching to see, I was looking forward to see the market heavily come all the way to this current area. We are now at the 50%, 61.8, and this is my 78.6 Fibonacci level. The reason why I'm talking about these are weekly lower high, these are weekly lower low, and I would like to see where the market will reject from, or will it reject these current levels and then again come create new weekly lower lows, which again will give us some confidence or even understanding that the market is likely to be continuing heavily bearish. But remember, we do have the NFP this week, and then again next week we still have the next week baton, and we still have the CPI and the FOMC, the weeks that are coming up. So the dollar may play around in this current area or this current level, and as it tries to come peak at this current areas, we'll be having too much volatility, or again too much what do you call it, uncertainty in the market. So at this current point, that's why you're getting to see gold pushing just heavily bullish or again heavily bearish. You can see the level that it's trading at. It's trying to create. We are looking at which is the area that the market may create some new lower highs. Some new lower highs will give us better understanding that this market may continue heavily bearish. These are a different chart. And again, if you look at this other chart, the dollar this yesterday, this on Friday, we had the market starting picking up all the way from this current area. It's all trying to pull higher to get a major level of momentum, because all that I can say here, these are huge major point of imbalance. The market may react from this current area, and I'm just patiently waiting, because remember, again, when you look at it on the weekly time frame, this current area, it's trading at a major point of interest. These are 78.6. I always let the market breathe all the way to the 78.6. And all that is happening here, these are huge range. The trend is heavily bearish, and these are range that is happening here. So the market may come all the way, liquidate itself here, and that will give you pressure of most of all these other pairs heavily bullish. Not unless it decides to come and break the previous monthly resistance. All that I'm watching now is to see this market. If it will continue heavily bearish, I would like to see some rejections happening here. And if it breaks above these current areas, well and good. We have nothing else to do unlike just move with the trend. So now for this is the ODSD. ODSD, this is the previous week, weekly support. This is a monthly resistance and monthly support here. And I've been watching to see this trade, if it will come again to these current areas. Remember, for this trade, we have been watching to see if this market will give us a chance of coming all the way to this current area. We had, now these are the major levels. These are 61.8, these are 78.6, all the way to this current area. Will it give us a chance coming all the way to that current area? If the dollar continues bearish, then well and good, this market will behave bullish all the way to this current level. Remember, we have a major level here. These are 61.8, and that 61.8 is a retracement point. So I would like to be just keen on how the market is trading this week. Because again, if it decides to break all, this is the 50%, it may break the previous weekly resistance. Remember how the market closed last week. Heavily bullish, you can see heavily bullish, but it came at this current point, had this huge rejection. I would like to see it breaking the 0.71. If it breaks 0.71, well and good, we'll be continuing heavily bullish with it. But when I watch it on the daily time frame, yesterday, we had this huge rejection. These are higher low, higher high. We will be likely to be forming up new higher high, not unless the market decides it is not breaking the monthly resistance. If it doesn't break the monthly resistance, well and good. I'll be patiently waiting to see if we can get some rejection and see it heavily bearish, or again comes together rejection. And for it to be bearish, the dollar must again be bullish. So for these, I'm waiting to see how the market is reacting there. I don't have anything that I wouldn't like to go against the market trend, because again, these are major retracement point, 50%, 6.8. The market may pull back all the way here, then again continue pushing heavily bullish. Remember again for these New Zealand USD, we have been watching to see this trade coming all the way to this current area. We had this current level. These are lower high, these are lower low, and again these are 78.6. We have high chances of seeing this market come all the way to this current area. And once it comes to that current level, that would be great, because again, we'll have a game plan for all the way from here till here that is close to 180 pips. So for these levels, again, how it has started picking up this week, this was my previous 17.6. Remember, for this area, we had taken it as our 17.6. The reason why we had taken it as our 17.6 due to the fact that it was trading in between this 17.6, this lower low, lower high, this higher high, higher low, and again, we were watching to see if it can come to these extension levels. You can see it coincides also with the previous major level of the 78.6 on the higher time frame. So that's all on New Zealand USD. And again, euro out. Then if this market is heavily out USD is heavily bullish, then for this we have already broken. Remember, for this trade, I've been watching to see it if it could give me a chance of breaking below this current area. Remember last week we had traded all the way this trade. We are watching to see how the market would trade in between from this current area, this current level. That's a good level. Again, higher, that's a major higher low, higher high. Again, now the market has broken heavily from this 61.8. I'm watching it. If we can get some slight pullback, then again I'll be trading all the way to this current 78.6. So that's all. Again, that's for euro out, and again for euro New Zealand. Remember, for this trade also, we have now rejected this heavy level. This is the 50 50% Fibonacci level. We are coming now to the 61.8, and we still have a chance of breaking below this current level, coming all the way down here. That's closer to 400 pips. That's all that we have been focusing, and that's what we have been monitoring, patiently waiting to see how the market would react. Again, we have been having this rejection, and now we are watching it coming all the way bearish. Now for gold, I'm expecting to see it. I'm looking forward to see it heavily bullish. We had this huge rejection here. Have been patiently watching to see how the market would react. This is the previous weekly weekly resistance. You can see so far how the market has reacted this month, this week, only with the first week. This now tells us that this gold if it breaks 5,000, we may get a chance to see gold even get into 6,000 price or 6,000. If it breaks, you know how it reacts. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. And I'm watching now to see if I can get a buy opportunity or a heavy bullish move to continue pushing with it higher. So either way, I'm not looking forward to see any bearish move on this. We needed to see how that huge retracement happening, and now you can see this huge rejection that happened yesterday. It came all the way to this current major level, this major point of imbalance, and now this was a weekly major level. Again, this is a weekly support. We have tried even breaking above it, liquidated itself, and now since we have charged to this current area, I can see we have a huge major point of imbalance. I don't know whether the market will give us a chance coming back down, but I can see we have this huge. But you know, gold, how it's reacting. It's misbehaving each and every single day. We had this major point as a major point of imbalance, and I'll be keenly watching to see if it can break above that current area, or will it give us a chance of melt down all the way down here, then again gain momentum, then to see it continue pushing higher. I need to see these major levels being taken out, again, being filled, these gaps being filled, these huge major points of interest. I need them to be filled. So I wonder whether we'll get a chance to see gold coming all the way down here. So either way, I'll rather be patient, and I'll even put my buy limits. I'll rather put my buy limits there, because again, that's when I'll be risking something small, and again, I'll be focusing on a huge number of pips all the way from this current area, because again, now I'll be watching out this current area as my major higher low, next higher low. Then again, I'll be putting my stop losses slightly below this current area. Then again, I'll be swinging again all the way to this current level, and again, looking forward to this trade come all the way, then break above these major levels and create new higher highs. But this is a good trade all the way from here to this current area. That's insane. That's close to 7,000 pips. 7,000 pips. That's mad. That's mad. So for Euro GBP, looking forward to see it continue heavily bearish. Again, for the Euro, for most of all these Euro pairs, you can see yesterday how it closed. It broke even below the weekly support, and we are now coming to the extension levels all the way till this current area. We are not broken below this current area. Watching it to see it come all the way to this current level. We have that's closer to 40 or 50 pips. Again, or 70 pips. Now, for this trade, they also take it out in this manner. This is my major level. You can see this level is reacting as a 61.8. This level is reacting as my 61.8 Fibonacci level. And then again, this area is my 78.6 Fib. And seeing the current area is my liquidity point, we could get a chance to see this market heavily bearish all the way to this current area. We'll get the market coming all the way to this current area, liquidate itself from this at this 17.6. So a chance from this current to this current area, that's close to 120 pips. Then again, we have a chance of seeing it come slightly, even extend below 120 plus again 60 pips. That's closely to 180 or even 200 pips from the current area that it is at. So we have already broken this range. You can see that's why I'm talking. These are lower high, lower low, lower high, new lower lows. Looking forward to see them being created below this 50%. Then again to see this market continue heavily melting down. So now there's this trade that is keeping on disturbing me. This is disturbing me, or I'm watching it, keenly watching it, how the market is reacting. The reason why I'm talking about GBPUSD is it's quite volatile. And last week, you can see how the market reacted. It was heavily bearish. It came all the way to this current area, liquidated itself all the way from this higher high, higher low. We created new higher highs. Then again, we had this market melt down. So when I watch it on the daily time frame, substructures, you can see yesterday the market tried breaking below this current area. Again, this is a weekly support, tried breaking below it, liquidated itself. Then again, it's trying to gain some momentum. Now, this is the previous daily support, previous daily resistance here. And for this trade, it's quite tricky or quite confusing on what it's likely to be happening. And funny thing, on a forward time frame, when I watch it, I can see already this market has been rejected at this current area. So I'm considering to take this area as my higher low. Higher low, again, this is my higher high. We're looking forward to see new high highs being created. But again, I need to see this area of this huge point of imbalance being taken out. Again, break above the previous daily resistance, then again, create new high highs. And then again, from this current area to this current level, we have closer to how many number of pips all the way from here to here? We have close to 150 pips. And we still have a great chance. We still have a great opportunity on this trade because again, wherever it's reacting at my 38.2, and we need to see it come to the extension levels all the way to the price of 1.41. So we have a great chance on this trade, and I'm keenly watching it, and I'll be patiently waiting to see how the market reacts. Now, again, this is another stupid pair. I don't know why I'm saying stupid because it has been messing me up and down. But again, this is the weekly support. It's been trading in between this current ascending channel all the way here. And now this is my previous weekly support, weekly resistance, and now this is a huge range. I'm watching to see this trade. If it will give us some momentum or breaking above. This is a previous monthly resistance, monthly support here. And then again, we have this area 61.8 heavily rejected. And then again, we have these extension levels all the way here. So you have a chance of seeing this trade come all the way from this current 49,400 till 50,200 or even 50,400. That's close to another 100 pips. So guys, that's all. I would like to stop it at that. And in case you have any question, hit me up and I'll be ready to answer. And I'm watching to see some of the few other trades play out quite great. And the only pair that I'm still keenly watching is BTC. BTC, I don't know why I feel like it's tried to gain some momentum, but already I'm on sales with my stop loss slightly here because my entries are here. And let's see how it's gonna play out. So that's all, and I'd like to stop it at that. In case you have any question, hit me up and I'll be ready to answer. Bye bye.